I'm a Raider fan because of my dad and Marcus Allen.
I'm a Raiders fan. Born in Oakland, I will always be loyal to the silver and black.
I'm a Raider because I came back to the Bay from LA with my team.
I'm an Oakland Raider fan because of my grandmother. Town business.
I'm a Raider fan. My grandmother raised me as a Raider fan.
What is up, Raider Nation? Welcome to the tailgate of Raider YouTube. I'm Spicy Raider Girl. We're going to have Omar joining us in a bit here. And of course, we're going to have Nevada Nick joining tonight. He's going to give you his picks, as well as we talked about last night. If the Raiders are going to have to replace the head coach, should they go ahead and replace the quarterback as well and have them work as a team together? So Nevada Nick's going to come in here with his ideas of who the quarterback could be, whether it's draft or trade, and who the head coach could be. He has some ideas on that as well. If you're watching over on Facebook, come on over to YouTube, because if you're on Facebook, we cannot see your comments, and we want you to join the conversation. We want to know what you have to say about, well, I'll say that what this season has turned into. If you're already in here and you haven't already, light that torch. You know how we do. Light that torch by hitting that like button, subscribe, and share. What's going on with my torch here? Oh, there we go. There we go. This is the one from Oakland. you know, it happens sometimes. And of course, you can always support the show by hitting that super chat button down below. I want to shout out again Aphrodisiac last night, hitting us with the Benjamin on that super chat. Thank you so much. Of course, you don't have to do that. 99 cents, anything, it does help to keep the show running. So we appreciate all of you. The drinking game alert for tonight is fix it. Fix it. Yep, that's right. Fix it. Fix the mess that is going on here. What's up to the chat line? Scotty Lutz. Raiders fan here from KC, going to be at this weekend's game in person. As much as it pains me to say, I ain't liking our chances this Sunday, but we will see any given Sunday. That's right. Go represent. Black it out. Take the spirit, take the Raider spirit with you. John, what's up? He's always in here yelling Raiders. This guy was mad as hell last game in Oakland, or wherever, at the Raiders Stadium when the Chiefs were in town, and he had too many KC people breathing down his back. Shoot, he posted a video which is hilarious. Google it. They put it, somebody even like some paper or something like online made an article about it, which was freaking hilarious. Thor, what's up, buddy? Sorry you can't be here tonight, but enjoy your night off, LOL. And thanks for being in the chat line. Callie, what's up? Juan Hernandez always representing. Scotty Waddy Raider 1, looking forward to hearing all of your comments tonight. Curtis, what's good? Woo, we got a good little crowd here. And like I said, if you haven't already, liked that torch and hit that like button. Of course, we have Raider Hefe in here, the executioner. What's going on? Omar, what's good?
What is going on, Spicy? Trying to get mentally prepared for Sunday. Thinking of all the positives, building up my positive aura. I've had a chance let out all my negative, you know what I mean? Like I've gotten all my grief out, at least for the week.
Wow. All right. Okay.
For the week.
You're saying you're looking forward now. I can't promise the same, but I'll try.
I'm week to week over here. It's the season is still going on. They've given us so much to be upset about. Lots of grief, lots of pain. So I'm thinking, all right, we have a nice forum. We've been like kind of venting, and it helps. I'm now like, okay, I vented. I'm thinking, all right, Sunday, I'm thinking, hey, we can win. We've beaten the Chiefs before. Of course, I had to, dig deep. And so I start picking apart the old game and saying, okay, what can we improve on? How can we take a positive step forward and get a W?
Okay. Did you come up with something?
And of course, I did. I came up with a few things. I think, number one, we got to run the ball. I looked at some stats and I was cracking up. When Carr has more rushing yards than Jacobs and Drake, they both had 16. I think Carr had 18. Yeah, man. I'm thinking, all right, you're talking about a positive step we need to make.
Right.
Can you make a few 100 positive steps, please?
Hey, and an O-line would help. I'm not sure he's getting much help there, and just to your point, playing in Arrowhead, Derek Carr's 70.6 rating at Arrowhead is his lowest of any stadium he has played at more than once. So, that's something he's going to have to try to overcome. I don't know. What's the weather there this time of year? Red or Hefe? It's freezing, right? That's not good for him either. So,
right. Hey, that's why I started with the running game. I mean, Jacobs, he rushed for 51 yards. Hey, that's that's a little bit better. Maybe we'll do even better. Maybe we'll get a little bit better come Sunday. So I think that's number one. I think if we can get, and you know what, I'll go on a limb. If we rush for 100 yards, by doggone it, we're going to win. You heard it here first. On Tuesday.
Tell me again. Sorry, I missed it. Tell me.
Oh, that's what I said. If we rush for 100 yards, we win.
Oh, okay. Well,
and if not, we'll talk shit about it on Tuesday.
That's at least double what they've been doing. So my goodness.
Right? I'm like, hey, I'm trying to find some positives. The other thing that I think would be a positive step in winning on Sunday is that defense we played against them. Don't do that again. We gave Mahomes, every time he took a snap, it was 7 to 10 yards. It was like pay dirt. Yeah. It was like he was over at the quarter slots just killing it because.
And then the other side of that, the KC defense is looking good these days.
Yeah, we got to rush for that 100 yards. That's it. We got to rush for that 100 yards.
A lot of things need to be done.
Well, Carr threw for 260. We know his winning threshold is 300. We get 100 yards rushing, he'll throw for 300. It'll help him out a little bit. It'll help open some things up. So I think it's very possible. Of course, we need Waller. He's day to day right now. Didn't practice today.
I made an outlandish prediction that is total nonsense, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. I made it on Thanksgiving Day because that was like the day or two after there were a bunch of rumors about Carr and Waller not getting along, and the petty stuff. Like Carr doesn't even follow Waller on Instagram and all this nonsense, and there was this beef, and it sounded like Carr was even kind of talking a little bit of subtle messages in his pressers, and then Waller goes down. It didn't look like it was much, but this is what going through 3 weeks now. And I said, and it's outlandish, I get it, but I'm going to throw it out there for a talking point. Is that the last time we see Waller in a Raiders jersey? Because if he's dragging out this injury and there's a beef and there can potentially be an ultimatum, just for hypothetical shit-talking purposes, do you think we'll see Waller in a Raiders uniform again? Let me know what you think in the comment line, and I know I'm just talking nonsense.
I'm going to say I hope so. No matter what happens with coaching and Carr, I hope we have Waller. There are some players I would just, if we're going to rebuild, whatever, there are a few players, not a little bit more than a few, if you ask me, I really hope that we keep.
So let me ask you, if you had to choose, if there were like an ultimatum here, would you keep Waller or are you keeping DC?
Me, I think I'm going to keep, right now, I have to say I'm going to keep Waller.
Okay. All right. I should have threw one other one in there. We could have done that game like Mary, Bonk, or I don't know if y'all know that game. We actually did play that during a game one time. It was kind of funny. But anywho, before we move on, I just want to say what's up to some more people that have entered the chat line. What's up? Loyal to the soil. It looks like we got a lot of Mariota in here that they want to see Mariota play. Raiders 805. What's good? I think this is to your point, Omar. Every time we pass to set up the run, the Raiders always win. All right. Here's the problem, right? There's a lot of problems. That's why we have to do we gotta fix it. Drinking game. Boom, boom, boom. There's a lot of problems. Look, we could blame this entire thing on Carr. He is part of the problem. But like you said, the running game's the problem, which means the O-line's the problem. So that really doesn't even have anything to do with Carr. Then you have the fact that the play calling, in my opinion, is awesome, and that problem which goes to Greg Olsen. They're always throwing for 2-3 yard passes. And the Raiders can't convert on third down almost ever. So they're already putting themselves in position to be third and whatever, and usually not execute because they're short passes, 2 yards, 3 yards are behind the line of scrimmage. So that's obviously an issue. This I will put on Derek Carr. When the receiver is open, like we saw this last Sunday with Jackson, he doesn't throw to him. He doesn't see him. I don't know what the problem is, but there's obviously an issue there as well. And then, of course, the coaching situation is a mess. So there, for the Kardashians.
That's a lot.
Well, exactly. It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of issues. So for the Kardashians who think we're haters there, we just spread the problem out. There's a lot that needs to be fixed. So fix it.
Definitely. Now, can we fix it for Sunday? Can we just do some tweaks? I don't even need a full fix. Throw some Band-Aids on that bitch. hey, throw some Listerine on those wounds if you don't have peroxide, bro. Let's just fix enough to win this. It wouldn't even surprise me if we won. And I don't think it would surprise any Raider fan because we know 1 week we could be hero, next week we're zero. Yeah, and we know this. Right. Yeah, and it's like, come on. I'm thinking of I'm back here reviewing, some stats and things. Come on. I know the coaches, you guys have been doing this all, figuring out what we're going to do, what we did last time, how it didn't work. You can do it. We can win on Sunday. That's, that's the whole thing right there. We can win. I think that's why we're so frustrated.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like we always say, any given Sunday, of course, any team can win. Like we talked about yesterday, not the way they played though the other day, and not that things have to change. They have to fix it for them to win. So
gotta put a point.
Can they win? Not scoring touchdowns isn't going to work. Like Carlson, DC2. He's now DC2. I forgot there was like another DC with another number that used to have a kind of a similar name. But anyway, he's great. Signed a 4-year extension. He's a great kicker. But look when Janikowski was a great kicker. We loved Janikowski for years, okay? But it proves you can't win with just kicking field goals, okay? It's like, here we go again. Okay, well, we got a great kicker. We just found a great kicker. We can't score any touchdowns.
All right. Close nail biter, yes, but you got to put up points to get into a close nail biter too, especially against KC, who, 40 points? Can we say that it's more than likely that they'll score 35, 40 points? And if we're not there scoring 35, 40 points with them, as we have done in the past, we're going to lose.
What do you think about this comment here? This season is done. I want to lose every game here, so changes will be made. He don't want your Band-Aid.
Well, Jamie, I feel your pain. Like I said, I feel that pain, but like I say, I reset every week, man. I can't. I'm in a football pool of, with some friends, and I have never picked against the Raiders. I picked the Raiders Sunday. I gotta go on to Sunday optimistic, cheering for my team, man. It's just me. But hey, come Tuesday, I'm probably gonna be bitching and moaning and.
Hopefully you can be on here bragging about an epic victory,
hey,
and have
I'm
a
prepared for the
winning
worst.
record. Right.
I'm prepared for the worst. But I'm hoping for the best. Life of a Raider fan.
For sure. Callie says, yep, the thing is we are inconsistent. It's like opening a cereal box. You never know what you're going to get. Yeah, that's the thing with the Raiders. And we talk about this all the time. It's like we never know who's going to show up, which team's going to show up on that field. And a lot of it just has to do with mood and spirit. They come out flat a lot.
I think it's Carr. I think Carr allows things to bother him a lot. I've seen too many low-ass passes. I've seen so many off-target passes. I've seen the way his body language, even at some of his conferences, even though he's saying all the right things, I just still see a guy.
Whoa.
Well, I'm sorry. He attempting to say all the right things. I'll just say that. Yeah.
Because if I hear him say this on me one more time, I smash my computer on the ground. Like, honestly, we know it's on you.
We know it's on him. We know it's on him.
You love this word of the day.
This is mine. I love it. That's all I got to say. Fix it. In case you don't know, our drinking game for the night, every time we say fix it, take a drink, toke, or twerk, we saying that a lot because there is a lot that needs to be fixed.
Definitely.
A lot.
Definitely.
If I hear it's on me, it's on me. If I hear that, you know what? I'm going to sit him down and have him watch that last game because he clearly did not see Deshaun Jackson open so many times. I'm going to sit him down, have him watch that film, as he would say, so he knows he's there and open. What, don't move on. Like I said there, don't move on so quickly. I get it. You lost. You can't dwell on it, but you can learn from it. He needs to learn from it. He needs to fix it. I'm going to get drunk.
But he's got it. And show improvement because, not learning from it, not showing improvement, missing throws, which I don't know. Like I say, I think his accuracy has definitely declined, at least in my opinion. If somebody thinks any different, let me know.
All right. By the way, we got Mother Moon behind the scenes. She back there. What's up, Mother Moon? You quiet tonight?
What's up, everyone? I'm just enjoying the night. I'm just
For what? She's enjoying hearing me rant. That's nice.
She said, "Bring out the toolbox."
Bring out there you go.
Bring the toolbox out.
Well, we are going to get the newest member of Raider Nation in here to give his perspective because we've been going through this for so long. We might have a different perspective. I think the new Raider fan might have a little different opinion. Here we go. Nevada Raider Nick, what's up?
What's going on?
See, here's the thing. You have it in your name already. Nevada Raider Nick. It was meant to be.
Yeah, it was.
How you doing tonight?
Good. How you doing?
We'd be better if we didn't suck.
Yeah, it was a tough one. And look, I heard a lot of people too. And look, the referees were bad on Sunday. The officiating has been horrible all over the league. I mean, I've seen so many games it's been bad. But ultimately, it's like a boxing fight. You don't want it to go to the officials.
Right.
And you can't leave it up to that. And to me, more the plays I see, and you alluded to some of them, Angela, was Derek Carr. He missed Zay Jones wide open for a touchdown. He missed Deshaun Jackson for a long 40, 50-yard game. He missed that two-point conversion. Those right there, I mean, that's 9 points or more. With the Jackson, you probably kick a field goal. So, I mean, that's 12 points. You got to make the plays. I mean, that was pass interference late in the game. No doubt about it. But, you can't leave the game to officials.
Nope, not at all. Thor says, junk the car to fix the problem.
Dang, no candy paint, no nothing. Just junk it.
Junk it. No, you're exactly right, Nevada Nick. And Thor and I spoke on this on Monday. It's like you can't play a horrible football game for 59 minutes and then expect the referees to save you in the last 30 or 20 seconds and then complain that the refs are against you and that's why, you lost the game.
Right. Plus, it's been, look, there are some bad calls over the years. But the fact of the matter is the Raiders haven't been good for 2 decades because of the officials. It's because of the Raiders organization, let's be honest.
Right.
And that's part of the problem. They're not disciplined. It's a bad culture, and that's why I think we need to talk about, obviously, a new head coach. And 2, they're going to need a new leader, GM, president, whomever, to, that's going to put the pieces together. And, it starts from the top. I mean, obviously, the ownership's not going to change, but they need somebody new that's going to run the organization. And then he picks his coach, and then they figure out that quarterback situation.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think about? There's someone Raiders 805 is asking about Zay. How good is Zay really? What do you guys think? Do you think?
I think he's a good complementary player. He's not a number one receiver, but with Waller. I mean, Renfro, the problem, with Ruggs and everything that happened, that really threw the season for a loop. I think they were expecting Ruggs to be the guy and be that guy that got, over 1,000 yards. And then you'd have Renfro and Zay Jones, and obviously Waller's their number one target. I don't have a problem with Zay Jones. I think he's a good complementary player.
Yeah, and again, and if you have a like a good wide receiver, depending on Ruggs or somebody like you said, if that was the plan. But when wide receivers are wide open and not even getting noticed, I mean, what are you going to do about that? You can have the best wide receiver out there, and if the quarterback doesn't see him or chooses not to throw to him, it's not going to really do much good.
Right, and everybody likes that number one receiver. But like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, we just had a core of players. We had Alshon Jeffrey. We had Aguilar as our third receiver, Torrey Smith. And then we obviously had the tight ends with Zach Ertz and Brent Selleck. So we had a bunch of players. Then we also had a very good offensive line and a running game. And I think that's probably offensively the biggest problem for the Raiders. They can't run block. They can't run the ball. And that's just a real issue. It really is.
Yep. One of many issues. It looks like people are pretty consistent of not really feeling Zay Jones here in the comments. So we talked about yesterday, and we'll get into a discussion. I think this is a good discussion. We'll see what everybody thinks. But, we were thinking if it's time to replace the head coach, is this the perfect time to also replace the quarterback? I mean, so that the head coach can come in, the quarterback can come in, they can grow together. The other side of that is people are going to say they don't want another rebuilding year. It's going to take 2 or 3 years or something like that. But I think that depends on whether they draft or if they trade for. So that's an interesting topic as well. Mm-hmm. And I know some people will just say, keep Carr and I don't know, continue to wish for a miracle, I suppose. Well, we're gonna have a discussion here and go over a few options. Where do you want to start? There's so much.
Well, I mean, in regards you have a bunch of options, obviously. And to me, the two options are trade, obviously trade or draft. And to me, if, you trade, there's 3 quarterbacks you're going to look at, obviously. And it's Aaron Rodgers from the Packers. And the Raiders were one team he was rumored to want to go to. And look, that's one thing the Raiders have that's unique to other teams. The Packers, I don't think, are obviously happy with Jordan Love right now. Now, you can give them Carr. So basically, the Packers are a good organization. You're getting a good quarterback back. That might be something they want. And then if you say, all right, we'll give you a 1 and a 3 or a 1 and a 2, whatever it may be. Because let's not forget, Rodgers is 39 years old. I think it's something that could happen. And Rodgers makes this team, I don't know about a Super Bowl contender, but definitely a playoff team. And if you put a few pieces in there, a Super Bowl contender. So
I was gonna say he's hometown, but then I forgot. Womp womp.
But I mean I think that's something to look at. And then obviously you have Deshaun Watson. He's somebody who's going to be available for trade. And once again, if the Texans are looking for a quarterback back, you have Derek Carr to trade. And no matter what, he's been a Pro Bowl quarterback. Ooh. And he's respected around the league. And a team, other teams may feel a fresh start that you can build around. So you have a quarterback to give back. Not many teams have that. When teams that are looking for quarterbacks don't have a Pro Bowl quarterback that they can trade. Okay, I'm sorry.
Can I say, I just thought of this, but Derek Carr has said he doesn't want to play for anyone except the Raiders. But I'm wondering if trading for Watson and him going to Houston would be attractive to him, and the fact that maybe he can go accomplish something on that team his brother couldn't. Yeah. Right.
But where is Deshaun with all of his off the field issues? We know he's not playing because of them. Where is he in all of that? Because I haven't.
That'll be resolved though. See, it's not resolved now. That'll be resolved by the time next season starts. And then obviously once that's figured out, the NFL will let you know, hey, you're suspended for this or that. Right. But there's not many 25-year-old franchise, multiple-time Pro Bowl quarterbacks in the prime of their career that are available. So, there's some issues there, and I don't know if the Raiders want to touch that with everything that's going on. But still, I mean, also it's innocent until proven guilty. You got to see exactly what's going on there. And let's say if he's exonerated, I think it's something you look at.
Okay. And you've got, I think, what was the trade? One more? All right.
Yeah, Russell Wilson.
How could I forget?
Yeah, and he's another one that supposedly he said he would love to go to the Raiders. His wife wants out of Seattle. I'm sure
she
she'd
could be
love
resident in Vegas.
There you go.
Yeah, there you
and there's that in New York. And, Seattle, things are just falling apart. I think Russ wants a fresh start. And once again, you could trade Carr back, maybe give up a pick or two, maybe more. But once getting a quarterback like that, I really believe, and just the way they command respect and command the field, I really believe it makes the Raiders instant playoff teams. And it gives them instant credibility, and it's going to change the locker room too, because they're all just great leaders. I really believe that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so those are all good. Chat line, let us know what you think. Who you would want if the Raiders were to trade? I feel like I saw a lot of Wilson. I think I saw a lot of Wilson in there. Hey, and thank you right here for the super chat. We appreciate you. Just got off work and wanted to show some love for the 808 Honolulu. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's
I
up?
usually miss your lives. Glad to catch this one. Raiders. We are glad you caught it too. Thank you so much. And thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you out there all the way in Honolulu. All right. And if, like I said, if you haven't, like I've been saying all the time, if you haven't already liked that torch, hit that like button. We have plenty of people in here, so hit that thumbs up. It does help us as well. And what else you got, Nevada? Are we moving on to if we looking at trading?
Draft. So
draft. Excuse me.
Now, draft wise, honestly, if they go that route, I would bring Carr back, just because there's the way they're looking, they don't believe the so-called draft experts. And look, Tom Brady, who's the greatest of all time, was drafted in the 6th round. So that's what you can take that at. But
hold on, I'm not sure you're allowed to say that on our show.
Sorry, I apologize.
Penalty flag. Throw the flag.
Yeah. Penalty flag. I need one, Moon. Quick.
Delete that from the record. Delete that from the record, please.
Was just making an example of how you can evaluate quarterbacks. But
okay, all right.
So they don't think there's any quarterbacks that are top pick worthy in this draft.
Wait, we got one.
They don't think that it's a quarterback heavy draft. So I definitely would bring back Carr. And look, maybe that motivates Carr. Look at Rodgers. They drafted Love, and Rodgers had an MVP type year. Maybe drafting a quarterback motivates him. I believe next year is the last year of his deal. So, maybe that brings the best out of him. And if not, at least you're grooming a young player that if it doesn't work out with Carr, and like you said, you're not totally rebuilding because you have Carr there. You have a young guy behind him. So, like I said, I wouldn't get rid of Carr because it just makes sense. Kind of like the Jimmy G situation in San Francisco. You got a decent team.
In that aspect, though. Okay, go ahead, Omar. Go ahead.
I was going to say, just to touch on that, and I believe Carr's contract was floated. So didn't he get the best of his money early on, and it kind of starts descending. So I think right now at the back end of his contract, he's kind of a value. I would say.
100% he is. Yeah, I think it's like $20 million, which is incredibly low.
With that scenario, and maybe this is with it. If you were to draft somebody, what do you think? What happens with Mariota at that point?
That's a good question. Probably. I mean, you could keep him too, but they would probably move on. Look, sometimes with those kids, they're coming in and they're going to be the third string. But yeah, you would probably move on from Mariota, and the young guy would be the backup. And Mariota has some value because you see it in this league. You need to have backup quarterbacks. Look at the team. No offense, you just lost to. Fitzpatrick goes down. They had a good backup quarterback. Look at my Eagles. We had a good backup quarterback with Gardner Minshew. He went in and played well this week, and we got a W. So it's always good to have a good backup quarterback.
And I think Mariota's contract is up. He only had a 2-year, correct? I think he only had a 2-year. Yeah, so he's up.
My guess is he would move on, and I think he wants to go to a situation too. I really thought he was going to play more here, thinking that with the Derek Carr situation being iffy, he might get in. He's probably going to go somewhere, trying to play, whether that's like a New Orleans or wherever. But that would be my guess with him.
All right.
regards to the people they could draft. So right now, the number 1 rated quarterback is the kid out of Pitt, Kenny Pickett. I mean, you know, these and all these guys, you just don't know. They're all so close. There's 4 players that you can look at. Pickett, obviously, is, you know, he's one of the 4 that's up for the Heisman Trophy. So he's probably the best quarterback coming out. Bryce Young, he's only a true sophomore from Alabama, the guy who's the likely Heisman Trophy winner. So he has to return to college for 1 more year. So Kenny Pickett would be the best quarterback out there. Where the Raiders will be drafting, they would have to move up. So I don't think he's an option. So they're probably looking at one of the 3 of Desmond Ridder from Cincinnati, Matt Corral from Ole Miss, or Malik Willis from Liberty. And the one that's most intriguing to me is Malik Willis from Liberty, just because he's a dual threat guy. He transferred from Auburn to Liberty. And you know the league's really changing. And you see these mobile quarterbacks like Kyler Murray, you know, Lamar Jackson, and what they can do in the league. I think he would be really interesting.
Is he accurate?
Yeah. He is.
Because they ain't gonna help us if he roll out the pocket and throw it down on towards their feet.
Because we're gonna talk about head coaches too, and you know, there's been a lot of rumors about college coaches coming to the Raiders, and I just wouldn't do that.
Did you hear the new one? Well, hey, I heard one that, I'm sorry, kind of intrigued me. No, and I know he coached for the 49ers, but I kind of like Jim Harbaugh. I like his energy. He's done well. He did well for the 49ers. He's done decent in Michigan. I heard the rumor today, and I was like, I thought about it. I mean, it wasn't but I was like, if he's serious, I would give him a serious look.
The problem is, I think he just signed a huge deal with Michigan.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Isn't it like 20? I'm guessing. I think I'm remembering. Isn't it like $23 million or something?
Right. It's a lot of money. And
it's a lot, yeah.
I just don't think. And I agree with you, Omar. If it's Harbaugh, he's had success. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's made it to the Super Bowl. They lost, but I wouldn't have a problem with him. I would not. But I don't think it's going to happen. He's coaching at his alma mater. He's finally broken through there and beat Ohio State. He just got a huge extension. And now, too, he's going to start, you know, getting the recruits in, because obviously you had the big year. He'll start getting those better recruiting classes. I don't foresee that happening. But, yeah, if Harbaugh's willing to come, it's definitely something I would consider. As for Dabo Swinney, I wouldn't do it. I mean, you look historically. I mean, there's 2 college coaches that had success. Jimmy Johnson with the Cowboys and Pete Carroll with the Seahawks. Both defensive-minded coaches. Now, obviously, Cliff Kingsbury's doing well in Arizona. But I think he went into a great situation where the Cardinals' defense is playing really well, and you got a special kid in Kyler Murray.
It was his guy. It was his guy. He married him immediately.
Right. And he's a lot of Oakland people are familiar with him. Because obviously he was drafted by the A's.
You almost got another penalty flag.
Sorry,
you know.
sorry.
I reviewed it and let it go, but
okay. But no, he's a special kid, and you know, you see Lamar play. He's Lamar, but can throw the ball. I mean, Lamar struggles to be accurate as a quarterback. Kyler doesn't, and he's really special. And you see what he's done for the Cardinals. So I think that's really helped Cliff Kingsbury along, just like you see with Gus Bradley. I mean, when he was coaching, look, me and Omar could have been the defensive coordinators for the Seattle Seahawks when they had the Legion of Boom. I mean, we could have been calling that defense, and we'd have been okay. When you got the horses, as you know, Omar, it makes it a lot easier.
Okay, hold on. Is this a typo, or am I just like totally out, not in the know? But this cannot be
93.
True. That cannot be.
Yes,
that's true.
That's fact.
It is. Are you sure? Brian,
that's only not.
When you guys were talking that, I was like, no, it's 93.
Oh, Brian Kelly,
a 10-year deal. So yeah, almost $10 million a year, huh?
Yeah, Brian Kelly got 10 years, overall, $95 million. So I didn't hear about.
But I thought I just heard though that NFL coaches are about to get a raise upwards to $20 million a year. I thought I heard that. So. You know, $10 million a year at college might be 15 to 16 in the NFL coming up pretty soon here.
Well,
So,
and one thing
all
that with Sweeney, his defensive coordinator, who he's been able to keep around for years, Brent Venables, just left for Oklahoma. So it is something I would look out for. And I don't see anything about Sweeney. I think they're thinking of Brian Kelly from Notre Dame. He got 10 years, $95 million to go to LSU. So I think that's what they're talking about. I don't think Dabo signed an extension. But yeah, I mean, but I wouldn't go that route. I really wouldn't. I understand you have some Clemson players, but you know, look at Urban Meyer in Jacksonville. I don't think that's going to last long. I see him. He may be going after this year, but I guarantee you he'll be going by next year. Chip Kelly didn't work out. Steve Spurrier didn't work out. Even the greatest college coach ever, Nick Saban, he didn't work out in Miami. I just think it would be a mistake unless, like Omar said, we're talking about Jim Harbaugh, who has NFL experience.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. So what's up, JoJo? What's up, Squid? Who else we got in here? I thought I saw Hollywood. You still in here? I saw you earlier. You know what I'm really surprised at the comments is I don't think I've seen any, and certainly not overwhelmingly, as we're sitting here trying to figure out who to replace Derek Carr. I don't really see anyone trying to defend him and keep him, and that's surprising to me. I thought for sure we would have some people in there saying that we're even crazy discussing this.
Yeah, I think his supporters are dwindling. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, especially after the last 2 years. I mean, the last 2 years to me, you know, with the starts, you know, the good starts, obviously, and then you get into November, December, and you fall apart. That's got to be tough. And the other thing that it seems like this year, too, it's almost like the Raiders play up to their competition.
Yeah,
when they
totally.
play these good teams, they play well. And then they play these horrible teams and they don't show up. And it makes zero sense to me, which is, you know, why. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you see them play well against the Chiefs. Now, Angela, do you want me to give my head coaches I would look at if I were the Raiders?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Now, one guy I would definitely look at, and he's my former head coach with the Eagles, is Doug Peterson. I mean, a guy who's won the Super Bowl before, had a lot of success in Philadelphia. I mean, obviously it ended badly, but you know, we had a ton of injuries that year. I mean, the first year, obviously, he brings Wentz in. They go 7-9. His second year, we win the Super Bowl, make the playoffs the year after, make the playoffs the year after that, and we were banged up the third year. Excuse me. I mean, he's been a successful coach, and it's definitely somebody I think they should bring in and interview. I mean, you're talking about an experienced NFL head coach, and look, NFL head coaches who won a Super Bowl don't come around a lot. And so that's definitely somebody I would consider. What about
before you move on to that one? What about this comment right here from Raider Squid? I'm okay with keeping Derek Carr if he bring Devontae Adams. Well, in that case, why not bring Aaron Rodgers over with him? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Can we just take both?
Yeah. Can we get a 2-for-1 deal here?
And like I said, too, I think the most important thing with the Raiders, I mean, obviously, you know, replacing Carr, but they got to shore up that offensive line. I mean, Angela will tell you, that was my biggest problem with the offseason. I mean, it just didn't make sense to me. You looked at the last time you guys were, the Raiders, so, you know, we were successful, not you guys, was the best group we had was that offensive line. Donald Penn at tackle, Gabe Jackson, you know, obviously Hudson. I mean, that was their strongest point, and they could run the football, and that's when the Raiders were good.
Yep. He's Raider Squid is right. He says Carr's inconsistent, so I'm going to dub a new catchphrase here. I'm going to go with inconsistent.
I mean, and that's the truth. I mean, that's I mean, man, that's a really good. Honestly, it's exactly what he is. He's up and down. It's a roller coaster ride. And another coach I have, and I like, Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator Brian Dabble. You know, everybody thought Josh Allen was really going to struggle. He turned him around and turned him into
same time.
He turned him into an MVP caliber quarterback. So that's somebody I would look at. I know a lot of Raiders fans aren't a fan of Eric Bieniemy, still a head coach, and he does call the plays for the Chiefs. I understand where people are coming from, but Bieniemy's a good coach. It's
I'm
somebody
more with code of conduct there. I'm not really against him because he's the Chiefs fan. For me, I just can't wrap my brain around firing a head coach for doing something that isn't morally right, but then hiring one that has also not done things that are morally right. And it just seems hypocritical. In that case, why not just hire Gruden back if we're just going to forgive people, you know? And what Bieniemy did, in my opinion, is worse. I mean, battery and is worse than emails, in my opinion. So I don't know. I just think that sends the wrong message. Like, we're going to fire you and then hypocritically then hire somebody else. Like, to me, that makes no sense.
No, I hear you. I hear you 100%. And then one guy I really like, Byron Leftwich, a guy, you know, I'm not going to say his name, but the quarterback of that team, really respect him too. Byron Leftwich.
I just need to see more. You know what? I won't talk about who has with him, but because of who he has and all the other things around all of that, who that person was able to bring to the team, he basically brought almost an all-star cast. Hey, I'm over here, guys. Come kick it. No, I need not to say he's not a good coordinator. I need to see it, though. I see if he is, you're getting a lot of help. It's almost like that defense in Seattle you're talking about. I think I could go and call plays in Tampa Bay.
Omar, what I do like about him, though, is the balance. I love a coordinator that has good balance. I really do. When you balance out the run with the pass, I really like that. And Leftwich does it. You saw it in the Super Bowl. I mean, he did a great job, obviously. Like I said, it always helps when you got the horses, and they got horses everywhere. You know, I mean, you can't deny that. So, and that's what always happens. It's the teams that are going deep into the playoffs that the coordinators are getting interviewed. So, obviously, it's the good teams that they're trying to pick from. And you're 100% right. Another guy is defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus from the Colts. Now, that's a little bit different. You know, obviously, we were talking all offense. Really good young mind on defense. And look, I think that's the strong suit of the Raiders right now, which is so crazy when you look at last year and the defense is the issue. And now it's kind of, we've done a 360 here, and it's more the offense is the issue and not the defense. So, I would look at Matt Eberflus as well.
All right.
I like him.
And then last but not least, Josh McDaniels from
no. Hey, he stunk it up in Denver. Come on, man. He had a shot. He stunk it up.
Omar, when Tim Tebow's your quarterback, I mean, Tebow.
Hey, that was his quarterback. Hey, look at it. You just got to talk about your guy in Arizona. He married his quarterback, and look, you know what I mean? So
you're right.
I'm like, no, man. And also, Josh McDaniels had a chance to be. Didn't he have a chance to be the Colts head coach, and then last minute did some old bullshit and turned it? Oh hell no! I don't want that drama.
Yeah.
Fired up.
Right.
Okay, next. I really like this comment right here. Rodgers Wilson makes a team good that isn't instantly better. Carr completes a team that is already good. The difference between elite and good.
100%.
That's a great.
Carr's an average quarterback. Yes. He needs
and Carr
to be perfect.
Carr on the Packers would be successful because he's got a great team around him. Carr doesn't lift his team. Wilson and Rodgers make, like he said. I mean, it's the complete truth.
Can we do an experiment and swap next year then? Just one season.
Like,
it
doesn't work out. Something real quick.
Doesn't work out. Yeah, let me just check it out. We go back. It doesn't work out.
I would love to see it because, like I said, I think you would see a completely different Raiders team. I really do. I mean, just especially with, like, I don't know, just everything. Guys play harder. I mean, I saw at one point Carr, like, I've never seen somebody so scared of pressure. I mean, he got rid of the ball so quick to Jacobs, like somebody was, he had pressure on him. He just
always.
I've never seen anything like
it. Always. I know you're new to this, but that's been happening for a while. What about this? What about this suggestion?
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, obviously, that would be great, but I don't think he's leaving the Steelers.
I mean, they're way too stable of an organization.
Yeah. He'd be a good fit, though. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I mean,
I would never be mad at that. Cool. I mean, he's a good coach.
That's why they're one of the organizations they are, and that's what the Raiders, would like to become. That Ravens, Colts, Steelers type, Patriots type of organization. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but
Hey. Just kidding.
I mean,
imagine
could you imagine though, Tomlin?
Raiders, Packers Super Bowl. What's up, Arizona Raider Nation?
But Tomlin as a Raider coach, could you just imagine all the memes? Fuck, I would have a field day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The presses he makes at some of the press conferences and shit. Oh man,
it would be perfect. It
right?
would be perfect. How do we make this happen?
For real.
I say this is how we make it happen. Pick anyone you want. Who would you like to trade for?
It wouldn't be. Can we all knock on wood on that? Yeah, you wouldn't hear that.
Wow. Oh,
yeah,
let's hope you're right about a couple of those guys. A couple of those guys you named, Nick, I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? Peterson, I think out of who you name would be my number one.
Right.
So, yeah.
What about this? I haven't even considered this here. He says, do we look internally?
No way.
Ron Miles.
I wouldn't. I think you
currently,
need something fresh.
The defensive backs coach. Yeah, I don't know.
He came over with Gus Bradley, so he's worked a lot with Gus. I haven't seen. I don't know that much about him, short of that. So
that's one thing I would consider. Now, the head coach would have to agree on it, but I wouldn't mind bringing back Gus Bradley if the head coach is fine with it. And if you get a young offensive assistant, usually they're fine with that. They like to bring that experienced veteran defensive coordinator that you can say, here's the keys to the defense, go do your thing.
Yeah.
But you want to hire your head coach and give him the authority to, bring him back. So that would be his decision. But, like I said, the other thing is too, Mayock's got to go. I mean, I don't care if it was Gruden telling him to pick him. He's missed a lot of picks on this team. You got to get a new GM in there.
I mean, he sounded really good on NFL Network. I was like, first I was like, well, he's never done the job. But I remember how he seemed so detailed about players.
Let's fix it.
Damn it.
Hefe, Jay Gruden. That's not even funny, Hefe.
Oh my God,
Jay
that's ridiculous.
Gruden, Raider Hefe.
Yes, Green. We're here playing fantasy football. Don't worry about it.
Pretty much. I'm having fantasies about a W on Sunday and a new coach and GM next season. Man,
hey, we have to fix it.
Now.
So if we have to come up with our own solution, someone gotta fix it.
Wait. We got more than that to do. We need a new president. We need some executives on the business side. I'm all. I think Mark Davis needs to look in the parking lot for some true Raider fan executives. You know what? I think I might send my resume in. That's it. I
think they would see this YouTube show and see me talk so much shit, I would be eliminated. I don't stand a chance.
Oh yeah.
Hey, if I ever send my resume to the Raiders, if I ever send my resume to the Raiders, this channel has to be like deleted.
Hey, no. Hey, it's all passion. You just say, hey, see how passionate I am about this team? Right. That's it.
I'm passionate. We keep it real, and we're hilarious. What more do you want? And we can teach, people too.
I'm like, when it comes down to the Raiders, you either gotta laugh or cry.
That's right. I will say this. Speaking of teaching, Raider Nation, I think Derek Carr, he's on my good list again. If you watch his presser today, they asked him about the culture of playing at Arrowhead Stadium versus the culture of playing in Allegiant Stadium. Oh my gosh, he's my new favorite. He said, Arrowhead, like it's a great environment. He like praised their fans basically and said they know when to be quiet and when to cheer. He said in Allegiant Stadium, they're all new fans who are still learning. And he said when they're in the red zone, they don't know to be quiet when the play continues. And Kansas City fans get that first down, know to be quiet, and they don't celebrate until they make a touchdown. And Raiders fans don't know how to do that. And I was like, preach, my friend. Tell them.
Did he say that's on him too, though?
Ah!
I couldn't help it. I'm like, he should have ended with that. And it's on me.
It's on me. Yes, Reef. I did think that also. I think that did flash in my mind. He said now he blaming fans. I don't know if he, I would say he's blaming, but I mean, it's true. But it's true.
And I don't think that's ever going to get fixed. That's not going to change.
Well, no, wait, we need to fix that too. We're fixing that.
Okay. All right.
My mission in life. It's my mission in my Raiders' life, not my whole life. My mission.
You're going to need a big old toolbox, my friend.
You know what I'm going to...
That's more fixing than Thanksgiving.
What I really need is I need a support system of a gang of people who will go with me and stand with me and cheer with me. That's what I need. I gotta go with the right people and a big group of people who aren't going to allow this to happen to us. Mm-hmm. But I totally digress. What were we talking about?
I can't believe he said that, though. I mean,
he did.
Wow.
I forgot to I wanted to pull the video, but I forgot. I got busy. Go watch it. It was today's presser.
Yeah, I'll check it out because I know they've been talking about him not wearing.
He's full. He was wearing it today when he said it.
Okay.
Yep. I'm with you. I'm with you on this one. As long as we don't bring back no Mojo having Del Rio, I'm good. Because talk about not being able to fix it. That fool.
Yeah, he unfixed it when he got rid of when he let Musgrave go.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge mistake.
Unfixed it, blaming on not having Mojo and could never figure it out ever again. Bye. Yep.
Because Musgrave took our 12-4 record with him.
Yeah. And I mean, and to the year Carr had that year and the way they ran the ball. And I think, didn't they let Penn go after that year too? Or was that maybe it was the year after? But I mean, he was so important to that team too, Donald Penn.
And by the way, I don't know where you're getting your news, but this statement couldn't be more untrue. Most people are drunk going into Allegiant. They're going to yell regardless. Only stadium in NFL in a city with 24-hour all. That's not that.
I gotta disagree because I 100% up going into Old.co, Oakland Coliseum, whichever you want to call it, bruh. I was, let me tell you.
These are a bunch of spectators. For sure. These people aren't even there to watch football. They're just there to go to an event. Half of that, they don't want it. They're not into drinking. They're not into yelling. They're not into cheering. They're not into football. They're just there to be there. They're there to put it on Instagram and then look at their Instagram to see if anybody liked it. That's not I don't know where you heard that one, but that's not my experience.
Like fair weather fans to me.
Oh, no, they're not. No, but they're not even fans. A lot of them. They're literally just people who are in Vegas and want to go to an event. Yeah.
I saw like a perfect example, Dana White, and he was taking a picture of one of his fighters there. And those are not to be, but he's not a Raiders fan. He's just going there to take pictures at the stadium and hang out. And, I mean, that's
was one of them. He was one of them. Oh yeah, we need Tom Brady. I was like, oh no. Nah, maybe Dana will come around in a few years. He'll, really be a fan and not just being at the new spot.
Yep. That hopefully. We're running up on our time here in a minute. We got about 10 more minutes. So if you haven't already lit that torch and hit that like button, make sure to do so. And if you're new in here, thank you for joining us. Make sure to subscribe. We are going to get into Nevada Knicks picks now. What you got for us?
All right. First, I'm going to start off with the Browns, -2.5. I really like them at home coming off the bye. The Ravens are just headed in the wrong direction. The Ravens may be the luckiest team in the NFL. I mean, I've never seen a team, the 66-yard field goal against the Lions, the fumble against the Chiefs, 19-point lead against the Colts. Obviously the Raiders game was back and forth. They are, the Bears game, they had a late touchdown in that game. They should be under 500. They are, and now they lose their best corner in Marlon Humphreys. That defense is really struggling. I like the Browns -2.5. Then I'm going to go to Bills versus Tampa. I like the Bills to bounce back this week. On the road, +3.5. Tough loss on Monday night. Two of their players were asked if they were embarrassed. And you could tell they didn't like it. And I don't blame them. I mean, they only gave up 14 points. I mean, obviously, the big thing was that New England only threw the ball 3 times. And they said, were you embarrassed that they ran the ball all over you? And he said, the last time I checked, we gave up 14 points. Which isn't bad. And, they were really upset. I think you're going to see a very motivated Bills team come out I think they're going to win the game outright at Tampa Bay. I'm going to take the Bills plus 3.5. And then one that Angela was shocked about, I'm going to go with the Raiders plus 10. I think they're going to cover this game. The Chiefs, everybody talks about the defense. Well, look, the defense last 5 opponents, ready? The Giants, their offense stinks. The Raiders, it was right after the Ruggs situation, and the Raiders' offense has really struggled. Then they played the Packers without Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. Then they beat Dallas with CeeDee Lamb and Cooper and their best left tackle out. And Dak returning from a hamstring injury. And then obviously last week, the Broncos. So the last 5 offensives the Chiefs have gone against are all, they've either had injury or a bottom 5 to 10 offense. So I think that's more the reason for that Chiefs defense success. Now, the Chiefs offensively, they've scored 22 or less points in 4 of the last 5 games. The one game they scored 41 points, obviously, was against the Raiders. Now, I really think you're going to see this Raiders D come out. I think they got a chance to win the game. I don't know if they're going to. I think you're going to see a really good effort, but I definitely think the Raiders cover 10 points. Do they win? I don't know. I think it's possible. I mean, obviously, I'm going to lean Chiefs, but I think the Raiders really do have a legitimate shot to win on Sunday. And then my last
and
game,
you were right about that about the Cowboys, right?
Yep, I said they were
That
going
was
to win
like
that game.
what you had said just now kind of reminded me similar to what you had said about against when the Raiders played the Cowboys.
Yeah, nobody thought they were going to win. They were missing some people. I think, look, the Chiefs have won 5 straight games. They're in the 2 seed now. Everything's great now. The Chiefs still don't look right to me. I look, the Raiders did it last year. They went into Kansas City and won, and I think they can do it this year. And then my last game obviously is going to be Dallas -4 against the Washington football team. I just think Washington's won a bunch of games in a row. They do look good defensively, but this is a huge game for Dallas. I think Dallas is going to come out, play well, and pretty much clinch up that NFC East.
All right. The game you spoke about against the Raiders last year, that was early in the season, right? And I only bring that up because if it's early in the season, it's obviously warmer weather, and the Raiders have never really had good success, the cold weather.
Right.
I feel like that was the case.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, Kansas City's just they're struggling, and if you can, and especially look, their offensive line, it's 5 new offensive linemen, and that defensive line, if they can put pressure on Mahomes, watch out. I mean, look, is any word on Waller? Is he going to play? Do we know?
Day to day.
Yeah. That's because you saw it last week. Waller plays, no doubt in my mind, they win that game last week. They missed him. They really did. And I thought the Raiders were going to win, and I probably should have factored that in more because Waller's such an important piece to that team. It changes.
That's true. I didn't think Moreau was going to show up a little more. I thought he was a reasonable replacement.
Yeah, he had a couple chances too, and dropped them.
And Reef's right. No Drake either. I want to really quickly talk about that. I don't know if you saw, he had some very interesting comments regarding the rules basically of the NFL and him getting injured. I guess it's the second year in a row that it's happened in a similar way. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I mean, hey, Bo Jackson. I mean, wasn't it a first collar tackle that took out one of the best running backs at least that I've ever seen? And then he's talking about a tackle that's not a horse collar tackle, but it's where the defender basically takes his weight and puts it on your back and roll you down. And then what happens is their body weight falls on the back of your leg and you get rolled. Right. And that's what he's saying should be an illegal way of tackling because a lot of times the runner's legs get mangled up in the process. So.
And look, I played offensive line. It hurts. I've had people come up on the back of your leg. It doesn't feel pretty. Yeah. I mean, obviously they came up with that rule because of what happened to T.O. when he played for the Eagles. And Roy Williams did the horse collar. So,
yeah, there's been lots of injury over the years to horse collar, but he's trying to say this one is almost like a horse collar because they're putting the horse collar, they use their hands and drag you back. This, they're using their body to drag you down.
Hold it and then
and then their body weight falls right on your legs. You roll and things happen.
I think actually, I think it could. It's worse. Also, this comment, by the way, is freaking hilarious. Carr starting is bigger than any injury news. He's literally saying Carr starting hurts the Raiders more than any of the injured players that aren't playing. Wow.
And that one thing, I'm just surprised the head coach hasn't thrown Mariota just to see if he gives the team a spark. Why not?
The thing is, he said he was two weeks ago. He said he was going to. He said we're gonna show him more packages. So that was going into the Washington game, right? So I was looking forward to it.
Going into the whole season. When Gruden had said we would see Mariota packages, we saw it. Didn't we see it early on before he got hurt in the very first game of the season? We saw a Mariota package. So he was, in my mind, we should have always seen a Mariota package. You know what I mean? Maybe not consistently, but a lot more than what we've seen right now. Because, like I say, that was supposed to be a part of the offense in this, this season.
Right, but why last week with, how the offense was struggling? I just don't understand why you don't give it a shot. It can't hurt. You know what it is? They're desperate. I think they're so desperate. They think that Carr's their only shot, which is a scary thought. But I mean, that's the only reason why I would think they would deviate from something we heard at the beginning of the season and then repeat it after the coach change. But look, the team in second place is 8-4. So you're still alive. You can still change your season. Yeah. That's why I'm just, it can't hurt. Why not try to see? I mean, look at that Miami game last year. Mariota played great. He played well. And then Carr obviously comes back and plays the following week hurt. Or maybe it wasn't the Miami game. But yeah, still, I mean, I would give Mariota a shot.
Definitely. I would agree with that. And especially, and I was saying, especially if they're getting blown out. I mean, the Kansas City game, that was a wrap. Why not give him some snaps in that? To me, it makes no sense, but whatever. You know why it makes no sense? Because they need to fix it.
Hey, Mariota would improve the running game over the last time we played KC.
This is true. Mariota might be the leading rusher in that one.
Right, for sure.
I mean, that's the biggest reason to play him. Because you got to, you can't crash down on, the running back because Mariota can cut the corner if you don't keep outside integrity at the defensive end position.
All right. You're talking about running to set up the pass. Mariota could definitely help that out.
And what about, too, because we all know Carr's afraid of pressure, what about the plays he could make extended plays with his legs, too? I mean, that's part of it, too, where, Carr basically curls up and takes a sack or throws the ball away real quick. Mariota could extend the play with his legs and maybe make some plays.
Look, this is the sad truth right here coming from Hefe. This is the sad truth.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, fix it. 100. But yeah, it's the sad truth.
The car's out of gas. That's great.
The car's out of gas. I think so. I mean, I've seen too many inaccurate passes. Does anybody remember, and here's me giving Carr some credit. Back in the day, that deep ball was coming between the numbers. Lots of passes he would throw was going between the numbers. Now, I see guys twisting all out of position to catch it. You know what I mean?
True.
Nothing is in stride. But back in the day, I remember he was throwing deep lasers
was that pre-injury? Was that pre-injury?
Oh, of course. Definitely
there you go.
This is all pre-injury.
And there you go.
And but like I say, and I think even now, even a little bit after injury, I think his accuracy is getting worse. Like I say, some short little 6-yard, you know what I mean? Read is.
Omar, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, easy throws. I've seen easy throws in the end zone that high school quarterbacks can make, and he's lofting it and throwing it. It's like, what are you doing? It doesn't make sense.
I was saying this in the last game. People were like, "Oh, Carr keeps overthrowing," and I'm like, "There's such a big difference in my brain to overthrowing somebody, and to me that means a little long, than to just totally missing them. To me, that's not overthrown.
Right.
That's just missing your target.
Right. Another play was big too. Was Renfro on third down? If he'd have led him more, he could have made the first down. But he threw it behind him, So he got tackled to where, like I said, if you lead him, you lead him into the play, and then he's going to run for the first down. But he was inaccurate, threw it behind him, and he got stopped before you get a first down. I mean, so that's part of accuracy. And I mean, it's part of the problem.
For sure. I think this is just, I believe I didn't know it was against the Chiefs, but
I didn't know that either.
This is when he was on the Titans. Last time Mariota played KC, he threw a touchdown pass to himself. Yeah, he threw it, and then one of the defenders blocked it. And since he was still like behind the line, I think it came right back to him, and he caught it, and then he like dove in for a touchdown.
Hey, get it.
I don't recall it being, I remember the play for some reason, but I don't remember it being against the Chiefs. But
yeah, I remember the play, but I don't remember with the Chiefs either. But I'm sure, he's a Chiefs fan, so I'm sure he would know.
No, he's not. No. I don't think he is. No, I think we only have one Chiefs fan in here. Hefe.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Hefe that said it. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize.
And by the way, Hefe's not a Chiefs fan. He spent way too much time watching this show.
I agree.
Easy. He's at least on the cusp.
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
He might not admit it just because it's in the chats and it's written. He's not going to say it, but I bet you if we have a few drinks with Raider Hefe, it'll come out. Like,
yep, it'll come out.
Raiders.
It'll come out. He said I was pissed that game, so maybe it was the Chiefs. There you go. Anyway, the theme of tonight is fix it. There's a lot to be fixed. The quarterback, the coach, the running game, the O-line, the play calling. What else? Oh yeah. The atmosphere. The atmosphere.
The atmosphere.
The atmosphere in the stadium. You know it. No, we're perfect. We're perfect. We're like the most perfect best fans ever. What are you talking about? There's nothing to fix it with that. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to light that torch, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe. And if you like what you see, tell a friend, subscribe. Share this video. If you don't want to share this video, you can just share our YouTube link in terms of just the page itself, and go back and watch some of our episodes. We've got 3 seasons. I know there's a lot of new viewers here, so we have 3 seasons. Oh yeah, we're gonna. By the way, thank you, Mother Moon. We have a lot coming up. This is our 3rd time this week already that we've been on, because there's tomorrow. As of tomorrow, there's only one, for the Raiders anyway, there's only 1 month left of this season. Can you believe that?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Already
so we're going to be coming to you with as much content as we can between now and then, because there's going to be a lot to talk about, and we have fun doing it. Nevada Nick, you still staying around for this?
You know what, Angela? The last 2, they've lost the last 2 of the last 3 times I did it. Yeah, so I don't want to be a mush. So I'll me bid. So let's see. And if I don't do it and they win, I'm not allowed to do it anymore. So
all right, fair enough. All right, thanks, Nevada Nick.
All right, see you later.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Omar, thanks for hanging out. Nevada Nick, thanks for hanging out. All the viewers, thanks for hanging out. Mother Moon behind the scenes. And we go out one way.
One way. And only one way.
Our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation, our story. That's right. And I'm with Spicy Girl and that Mother Moon. La Familia. My door and a quiet Q. Super Hood. Omar. On the grill. And the B-Lot. 3 amigos. 4 brothers. Mr. Nicely Seasoned. What's the mariachis with us in your Raider? Representing just like the beginning Oakland Raider. Darlene and the Raider home. What about Little Chucky Gruded, my boss. Black Eyes. We're tailgaters. And it began on an autumn day. Right here in the OAK. California dreaming in that golden state. Alameda County right here in the Bay. And you could find me on that east side, yo. Representing that east side, oh. But no matter what, we represent the shield. Just like Anna in the band club Emeryville. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity, from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story, our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation, our story. Yo, this is my story and I represent it with the pride and the poise commitment to that excellence. I represent with noise. This is how I do it, the silver and the black, and I come into the track and I represent it, matter of fact. And I'm cruising around with Hollywood Raider all around the town, and I just found out Raider Savage on the interstate. Raider de la Baja, yeah, orale. So get over here, cause we representing now. And that I don't win as a favorite. They gotta win as a breeze. They gotta win as a race. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Dedicated to the nation. Our story, our story. Raider Nation. Our story, our story. Yo, representing silver and the black, Mr. Matter of Fact, yo, is here. Without showing any pity, from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas, all the way to Mexico City. And I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent the nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Raider Nation. That's right, Mr. Matter of Fact is here.